Now we go back to Cranford Street, item number 13. No. And it may be that we may not be in a position to proceed with the paper today. So I'm just, I know that staff have been talking, that they've had some meetings, that there's been some discussions going on, and it may be that rather than take any motions on this at this stage, I might leave it be at the moment, because I'm holding back the potential to leave the matter lie on the table and bring it back to an extraordinary meeting, so that it just gives a little bit more time for all of the technical aspects to be worked out. But I think that's where we've got to, but I'm in your hands.
No, we're in yours. No, we'd be happy to come back in a couple of weeks if that meets the members' expectations, and based on the deputations made today by our partners, it would be good to work through some issues with them and hopefully come back with some solutions that kind of everyone's more comfortable with.
Yeah. Yeah, you can ask a question. I mean, I'm not going to stop questions because it is an important issue, but I will say that I wasn't of the view that we should defer this morning. I am of the view that we should now, after having taken into account all of the submissions that's come through from strategic partners, because I think the message in terms of working collaboratively on our corridors is one that outweighs the specifics of getting to an answer today. So, Pauline.
Yeah, thank you. Can you just tell me regarding Dr. Shane Turner's report, and both that and the Jacobs report, were they aware, or had ECAN made the decision to both increase the frequency of the Route 28 bus or bring in the express bus at the time that they'd completed that report? And the reason I'm asking is because one of the comments in the Jacobs report is that the existing bus route does not cater well for the local community, and Shane Turner's also put a comment in about the bus, the routes would need an overhaul before he looked at a bus lane. So I'm wondering if they were aware of the ECAN's intention to increase the 28 and put in the express lane before they signed those reports off.
And I mean, if you don't know the answer to that, you don't need to know it right now. I think Pauline's signalling an area that we would want some more information on.
I think it's probably best that I come back to you on that one.
Yeah, but I think come back as part of the holistic package. Yep. Yanni, did you have a specific question?
Yeah, just what struck me this morning was that ECAN aren't in the group that's collaborating on this project, and I just wanted to check.
Yanni, what was clear this morning was that there was a disconnect in relation to both. We had ECAN here, we had the Waimakariri District Council Mayor here. Yeah, we had all of those people here.
Yeah, but Council, NZTA and WIMAC are together on this kind of collective, and ECAN aren't. Is that?
No, the Greater Christchurch Partnership involves all of the strategic partners.
So that was kind of my point really, is that the GCP, which seems to be the kind of better vehicle for this to be considered, but what I thought this morning was
no, it's not,
NZTA,
because it is not,
WIMAC,
it doesn't include Selwyn, it only includes Waimakariri, ECAN, NZTA and ourselves. And it is really important that we get this right. So
all I was trying to understand at a very high level is if there's a working group or a joint working party together.
No, there isn't a disconnect. In that regard, there's a disconnect on this one issue.
Oh, okay.
But it's not with ECAN, it's right across the board.
I know it's not with ECAN, but I didn't know if ECAN were in that kind of ongoing project thing around this whole corridor.
Yes.
They are.
Look, we've had a program steering group which has been operating for a few years. It has been in abeyance for several months now, as we have kind of got to the nutty end of the process.
But ECAN's on that group.
ECAN have been on that group.
Fantastic. That's all I wanted to check.
Yeah. Okay. So, so on that basis, oh, Mike.
Just one question, and you can come back to me, but I just feel that obviously the designation and conditions are actually having a massive impact on the community and will continue to have that. So I just want to know the process of actually lifting the designation.
Yeah, I think that could form part of the advice that you provide us as well, because obviously that would be a significant piece of work, but it might, I mean, I'm hearing a community that's desperate for an answer. I'm desperate for us to really back the decision that's been made up in Waimakariri, which is to that, you know, they've made a good decision to have the park and ride enabled. ECAN's making good decisions in terms of that express bus, and you know, I want us to be joined at the hip. And if the designation is part of that problem, I do want us to have good legal advice around that. So if that could be picked up in the report back as well.
Yes.
Yep. Was there anything else that people wanted to raise? Because if that's the case, I'll just leave the matter lie on the table, and we will call an extraordinary meeting, which will be extraordinary other than it's not timetabled.
Just give me a moment, and we have got a suggested time for a meeting.
Oh, okay.
So, through you, after the Sustainability and Community Resilience Committee on Thursday the 25th of November,
Okay.
at 12 noon, and hopefully there will be a couple of hours available, allowing for a lunch adjournment. So we'll just put that into a resolution.
All right.
Which is nearly two weeks away.
Meeting time.
Okay. We can resolve the meeting time by, or can't we just call the meeting?
Well, if we resolve to hold it.
Oh, if we resolve to hold it, then it doesn't have to be an extraordinary meeting.
It'll still be an extraordinary meeting.
But just resolve to hold.
I don't have to do a requisition for a meeting. Okay. So a resolution will come up on the board that the council leave the report to lie on the table to be considered at an extraordinary council meeting to be held on what date?
25th.
On the Thursday the 25th of November
Sorry, it's
It's a Wednesday.
a Wednesday.
at 12 noon. You've got the wrong date?
It's usually on a Wednesday, I think.
No, it's Thursday the 26th.
Thursday the 26th or Thursday the 26th. All right? At 12 noon. Yeah,
What's the meeting?
we would have it means there'll be a longer adjournment, but at 12 noon we can break from where we are up to on the other meeting and have this meeting.
It's a relatively light.
All right? So I'll move that, seconded by Mike Davidson. I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, I will now move that we go into public excluded for all of the reasons set out on the